Name up here, don't I? Let's see. Why am I on the left now? You're normally always on the left. I'll get this set up and we'll go live here in just a second. Let's see. Okay. There's a lot that goes on to this thing right here. All right, let me move this over. There we go. Transition. I don't know. I don't think that's centered. I know we're live, and I know people can see what we're doing, but that's all right. I got the SEC network up, and I see old Mullen up here. It looked like a shoe come flying out of nowhere and almost hit him in the back of the head. I could have swore I seen a shoe almost hit Dan Mullen in the back of the head sitting here in what is that, Mercedes-Benz Stadium being interviewed. Looked like a shoe. I wonder, was it a Nike? Was it a Reebok? Adidas? What kind of shoe was this, Billy?
I knew it was a fast shoe. It was worth 3 points.
What is number 3? Booby. Look at that. I misspelled my name. Look at that. I got Booby up there. Booby Miles.
Yes.
Oh, well. There's a Booby Miles on every team. And there's a Booby Miles on the Volunteer Roadshow team, and that's me. Because I run my mouth.
Yes, it is, man. It is one of those on everybody's team.
Got to chase talent. Says it's great to be a Tennessee Vol. Good evening, Catfish and Billy. Got Matt Dummon over here. How y'all doing? What do we got on Facebook? I can't even see Facebook.
Pulling it up right now.
Let's see if I can find it here. I need to at least put that on my page if I can. I see Jason Upton. Who else is in there? Let's see. I gotta share this. I gotta figure out how to do this.
Yeah. What's going on, Jason? Bob, how you guys doing, man? Jared, he's in here. Go Big Orange from Texas. Preston has 8 guys. Love your show. And Vols ahead. An awesome game.
We were talking about that before we went on here. Billy said it's on the SEC network. So I went over and got the TV hooked up on the SEC network, and all I see is football. I see, what does it say? Going over the SEC championship game. But Billy said it was on SEC Plus. See, I don't have the SEC Plus. How do you get? I didn't even know there was an SEC Plus. I feel gypped. I feel ripped off.
I guess that's kind of like back in the day when they had the pay. You had to pay for to watch the game.
Yeah. Let me make sure all our audio settings and it doesn't sound like we're in some sort of stadium. No, that's all set good. All right. You ready to get this show started?
Let's make it happen.
What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTubes? What's up, Twitter? VolunteerRoadshow.com. Man, it's almost Christmas time. Glad to have you in here. It's now, I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Now, today, starting about 33 minutes ago, it is officially time you're allowed to play Christmas music. Before this time, you're not allowed to play Christmas music. Now I can get in the mood for Christmas. And I'll tell you who's got some Christmas stuff going on, Billy. I hadn't even told you about this. I'm going to tell you. Jeremy over there at Blue Water Climate Control, who sponsors all the UT stuff, has got a special going on. And you don't need this for your house, but it's a heck of a deal. It's one of them add-ons, and I know people that get these like for a bonus room or something. It's an air conditioning unit, It's got a 9,000 BTU for only $1,600 installed. I'm pretty sure that's installed. Let me look at this. Hold on just a second. Make sure I'm telling you right. He says it's perfect for bonus rooms, sunrooms, in-law suites. Why would you want to make your in-laws comfortable? Cabins, rentals, Airbnb, bed and breakfast rooms, anywhere you need some extra air conditioning. This is it. It's quiet. It's a Maristar 15 SEER single zone ductless system. And Jeremy at Blue Water Climate Control has these things for sale right now, and he's helped us a lot. He's a VFL through and through, Navy veteran on the USS Tennessee on a submarine, who he swears up and down he's not allowed to tell me how deep that submarine can go, which I know he could tell me if he wanted to, but he's trying to play all secret like he's some sort of, what was that submarine movie? Red Dawn, or I don't remember what, not Red Dawn, Hunt for Red October. That was a good movie. Anyway, what we got going on? Man, I did so bad. I was going to call this Rent Money Friday. Billy, do you know how much money I'm down to in my account? I had $112 the other day. Do you want to know? Can I tell you how much I got in there?
I mean, I can imagine, man. It's almost like pocket change, probably like like your socks.
I don't even think I could buy a Popeyes 2-piece right now. Snack.
Come on, man.
I lost my bet last night too.
Which one? Who you took last night?
I forgot. I bet somebody last night. Hold on.
Surely you didn't take the Raiders.
Yeah, I took the Raiders. I sure did. -3.5. What was the score?
I think they lost by 3. I think over.
Jeez, and I came so close to going with the Chargers. Dang. Now I've got $2.63. I can't even buy a Bang, bro. I can't even buy a Bang unless I go to Kroger.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And they're not even cold.
I seen this song, one of my mom's blues songs. It's called Last $2.
Hey, I'm going to build it back up. I'm going to do that deal that you do. Keep doubling it every time, and when you get to 7, what's that deal? If you start out with 100 and you win, and you bet it and you double it, how many times and you get like $100,000? I don't know.
$10,000 up $100, man. If you just
get 7 in a row.
Slow and steady is the only
How about
way.
You help me with my rent money this time, Billy?
Well, I've been trying to do that ever since we started this, but you've been doing what I call sneaking around.
No, I've been going with my gut feeling. What is Chase saying over here? Just curious, what are your thoughts on the brick by brick guy getting a job at Arkansas State? That's a good place for him. But I think it's pretty sorry of him to wait till we got him paid off. And we don't even get the title to him. We get to pay off the loan, but we don't get nothing at the end of it.
I'm going to tell you that some of the kids have told me I wouldn't want him to coach I wouldn't want him to even give my kids $10,000 to come to the school because I don't want my kids around them.
Yeah, what you told me in private, I wouldn't want him either. I'm watching the 1996 SEC championship game, and we got this guy that you sacked in that year, Danny Werfel, on the TV with Steve Spurrier.
Oh, Werfel, man. Shoot, that's a tough quarterback, man.
Do you ever go back in time and wish you to hit him a little bit harder in that game? Because you didn't really lay it on him. You could have, though. Dub says, we getting the W tomorrow? Yes, we did. And I got your email, Dub. I just hadn't had time to respond. I get so many emails. I just get behind. Chase says we need Billy to help us with rent money. Boy, ain't that the truth?
Hey, I'm telling you, man, just take what I tell you and just put a little bit on it. And
all right here I am.
I mean,
we got something tonight. Oregon USC, if you want me to put something on it.
No, don't touch USC. If you're going to touch that game, take the Ducks.
All right, so you get +3 then.
I'm actually thinking they will win the game.
That's a +130.
I actually do. Just looking at that line.
That's about as even as you can get only a +130 out of an underdog.
Man, the Vols up 40-20.
Well, what about tomorrow's game? Where should I put this last $2.63? I got to split it up into 2 games, or should I put it all on 1 game, or should I put $1.63 on a game and then $1 on a 12-game parlay that'll get me out of the hole big time, or what?
Well, I think you already missed the easiest game on the board. That was Buffalo. They playing Ball State. Buffalo was favored by 12.5.
But I didn't get no text.
Yeah,
You normally text me on the locks.
yeah, well, I just didn't do it because I said I don't want to keep going against my plays. So he ain't been asking me about plays, and he ain't even telling me about plays. So when he wasn't telling me,
I ain't got no money left.
he ain't playing. Because you were supposed to ask me about the game last night, so I'm gonna wait till you ask, man, and I just go with it.
I wasn't even gonna play it.
Let's see. I'll find one for you. Let me look over here real quick.
Help me get the. Hey, let me say something. I was down to my last $9. What, 2 weeks ago, Billy? 3 weeks ago, and I built it back up to over 100.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
So I can be down and out, and I'll bring it back.
Just slow and show. Just one at a time until you get it up there. You got to leave those parlays alone.
Yeah, them parlays killed me, but I had some good parlays though.
Oh, but hey, if you lose one, you don't win nothing.
I know. That's what's so. They should give you something. They should have given me something for missing all 7 like I did last year.
Gosh.
What's going on over there in Facebook?
Let's get back over to Facebook here.
Give some people some shout outs.
Let's see. Hey, Jason said download the ESPN app and you can watch it in there.
Oh, really?
Let's see. Jared Barrett said Vols upset Aggies 31-24.
I like that.
I don't see it. I like the excitement about that, but you got a A&M team that's on the outside looking in to be able to make the top 4. And all it takes is one of those top 3 to lose, and they in. And I don't see it happening because we still have the same thing that's been happening all season. I mean, I know everybody think that, we look a lot better with the change of the quarterback, but it's the same. I mean, the only thing that looks good to me or that's going to help is JT being able to move around in the pocket, because the way our offensive line blocks, there's no quarterback that could sit back there in the pocket and pick anybody apart and give it to the receivers or give them a chance to catch it. We have seen, I guess everybody saw the Florida game and they saw the kids play okay, but that wasn't what you're gonna see this weekend, guys.
Well, I already told Crying Ryan, I said, look here, you need to go ahead and just start visualizing Alabama blowing y'all out. Just visualize it now so it won't hurt so bad tomorrow. And he said, no, we're going to win. He got a feeling. I said, is this one of those catfish feelings or a real feeling?
You need to put them feelings away. I done told you and him about them feelings, because you still haven't told me about what was your record last week and the week before.
I didn't have to tell you my record. I'm down to $2.63. Can't be too good.
Oh, man.
But you got to admit that one parlay I had should have hit. That would have set me up. That one you said should hit. I forget what it was. Now I had, what was it, a 7-teamer? And you said, man, that one, if any of them going to hit, it's going to be that one.
It should have hit.
I forget who screwed me.
And it wasn't by that much either.
Nope.
Last second.
That'll set me up with a good Christmas. A good Christmas.
Well, it was like a $1,200 parlay, wasn't it?
1,400 and something.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. Chase over here says, when are you guys starting the catfish versus Billy challenge? Well, we were going to do the blocking, the Lover's Lane practice lineup deal last week, but I had a little groin issue. I had tweaked my groin, and I said I had to call it off.
Time out. What you do to tweak your groin?
I don't know, but it hurt. And I said, I can't, I got to be 100% before I go up against you.
You ain't
I
tell me
think it was going up the stairs a little funny. I'm telling you, in my prime, I was an athlete, Billy.
Hey, when you tweak your groin, you just go ahead and cancel
See,
that.
I got a little something up my sleeve. You know, I've been talking with JC.
Oh,
He said he's going to get me ready. He's my trainer.
All right, good luck.
And then I talked to Jarvis Rito,
Oh God.
and I said, hey, I know you didn't like going up against Worm and Lover's Lane, but can you give me any pointers? He said, yeah, be at my house at 5 o'clock.
So that's how you tore your groin.
Yeah.
Oh man, it ain't gonna work, Bobby. I'm gonna tell you like this here, man. If you attempt to do Lover's Lane, I'm telling you like this here. I got one play in me, and then I'm telling you, I'm gonna give you all I got. That one play, and
I'm giving it all I got that one play.
And I'm telling you, it is gonna look really, really bad. Matter of fact, when you get back, I'm gonna show you one thing, and you're gonna be like, okay, so that's that you gonna use that?
I don't need no edge. We just one play. What did you think about Jeff Coleman's new podcast last night? You were on it. What'd you think?
I liked it, man. I mean, it was.
It's supposed to be Gerald Riggs, and then we had to get you off the bench because Gerald Riggs texted and said, hey, I'm in traffic, bro. I said, we'll get somebody. And then he shows up about halfway through and messed up all my alignment. Had to go size that up real quick, but that was good. Did you get to listen to any of it after you went get Isaac?
Yeah, I did. I actually went back and watched it though. He did a good job, man. I mean, it was exciting. You know, just hearing them both flow together. You know, it was really good.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. He's got some surprises. One of the future guests on the show was watching last night. I saw that. So he's got some great ideas. We talked for a while today, and he does have some good ideas. We talked about getting it on a podcast. I've already got that set up. Now we just got to get iTunes to approve it. And I like the Cold World podcast. That was a good name. Where's he come up with those things?
Come on. Yeah, I mean, I know exactly where it came from. You know, it's
part of his name, Cole, Cole, for Coleman.
Yeah. And then, you know, it's almost like I'm not sure if you ever watched the show that was called Martin Lawrence Show.
Yeah.
And you had Martin, you had Tommy and Cole.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Cole and Martin, they always were joking all the time, and it was Coley Cole. It's a long story, but if you ever watch the show Martin,
I need to watch it. It's
funny, man. It's a funny TV series.
Philip on Facebook says too much talent on this team to be this bad. That's an understatement.
Which one?
Philip over here on Facebook says too much talent on this team to be this bad. He's referring to the Vols.
On the Vols team, guys. Let me tell you guys something about.
I thought he was talking about Catfish's team in Lover's Lane, but I think he's talking about the Vols.
If you're talking about the Vols, it's we're still a long way away, guys. I mean, not necessarily a long way away. I'm saying we're still at least another good recruiting class away to be able to compete in the SEC. This year was a little bit different with the whole. I mean, you're talking about 10 ACC games. That's not easy. It's not easy at all. I mean, Yes, there's some coaching issues that's going on, but we're still lacking a lot of talent. And the talent is not in the stars. I mean, everybody's thinking that, we need 5 stars, 4 stars. We need kids that's ready to play football, that wants to play football, that understand football, that are not robots. They need guys that know how to accept coaching and then react to their abilities to produce on the field. It's totally different when you give me a 5 star kid and then, he's already expecting to play right away and he ain't ready. And you throw him out there and you get beat up or pancaked or get bull rushed and it's over. So it's we still a mile away with talent. Hopefully this class that comes in have some JUCO kids that's ready to play right away, especially offensive linemen and defensive linemen, because that is the two positions we are lacking a lot of talent.
I agree. And Philip follows up, says not enough to get curb stomped by Kentucky. And over here on YouTube's, let's see.
Oh, oh yes, we do. Yes, it is. You saw it. You saw it. you know, Everybody was blinded this whole season by one thing. And the one thing that everybody just kept their eyes on was JG. No one else thought about what's wrong with our offensive line, what's wrong with our defensive line, what's wrong with our quarterback coach, what's wrong with our offensive line coach. No one looked at that.
Our
Now,
defensive line coach.
yes, but now everybody is looking at one thing now, and it's the coach now.
Yeah.
They're not looking at what the quarterback play looks like. They're looking at the coach now. Now they put JG back in the game, then they're going to look at the quarterback. Now, look at the quarterback this weekend and tell me what's the difference between our quarterback play been all season. Because these defensive linemen that our offensive linemen getting ready to see this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God. They think they saw something with Bama's D line. This D line, I'm telling these guys here, woo, they get to the ball.
Well, somebody said what you said earlier, and we got to meet this guy in a coaches meeting, me and you, Billy. You know who I'm talking about. He said we should have talent on the O-line according to the stars, but I think Friend is not the right guy to develop these guys.
I'm with you there. I'm with you because I haven't seen anything. And I'm going to go back and tell you Trey Smith. I haven't seen anything from Trey Smith that looks different from 2 years ago to now. He looks exactly the same. I don't see anything different. Now, I will say that his body looks a lot better, like he's gotten a lot stronger or whatever, but it's not transitioning to the field. And and,
Well,
and I'm telling you, this is a position that's not very hard to coach, guys.
you're right. What do we got saying? Carter Burnett said Aggies are going to hang 50 on the Vols. They want to score as many points up so they can get the CFP committee's attention. Maybe so. Gate City Blue Devil, Flint said GBO VRS. B Hunter said, "What's up, guys? What's y'all's chance of us pulling it out? I've got a feeling about tomorrow we pulling it out. Go Vols." I want to have that feeling. I keep having that feeling, and I keep saying, but every time I have that feeling, it turns out to be bad pizza I had the night before.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick to it. I don't think we're still a couple of coaches away from being a pretty good ball club. I mean, I think we have some talent, but we don't have enough talent to just say that, hey, we're gonna have we got a good chance of beating this team, or we got a great chance of beating this team. We haven't had that, but what, 3 times this whole season that
Yeah,
we knew we was gonna beat that team.
yeah.
That's the first 2 games and Vanderbilt.
Dwayne RTR is wishing us luck for tomorrow. Chase Talent. He's going back to the Bobby and Billy, Bobby versus Billy competition, and me going one-on-one blocking you like
It's
on practice. He said, Billy, if Catfish beats you somehow at Lover's Lane, you won't never hear the end of it. And let me say something. Hey, Billy can verify this. I've got a lot of VFL's phone numbers on my phone, don't I, Billy? I know a lot of your boys, don't I? I know a lot of boys that can get me trained up, don't I, Billy?
yeah, you got it. Yeah, that's true.
I know a lot of your boys. Just call them up and say, hey, can you take me out to the high school field and give me some moves?
Well, I mean, I can
I
take you
could
out there.
call Fred White,
I'll take you out there and give you some
call
pointers.
JC, Jarvis Rito.
It ain't gonna help you. I'm just trying to save you an injury.
Antron. I think Antron could get me Antron Peebles. I bet he could get me trained. What about Sean Johnson? He can get me trained up.
Nick Saban can't get you trained up by
What
me.
about Philip Fulmer?
Nick Saban.
I got
can't-
his number. I could get him. He was like a pancake artist back in the 60s.
I don't even think. I think old Dick Buckus might roll over and be like, "Hey, boy, don't do that."
Well, I could call Spencer Riley. Think he could help me?
Not at all, Bobby. I'm telling you, man. I mean, one play. I think I can destroy you one play, and I'm not gonna do not one move. Just right there. And then now, if you want to do what's called, instead of like lover's lane, if you think you can pass block me from getting to the quarterback,
Now, I might not be. See, we got to define some rules before we do this Lover's Lane thing. What am I allowed to do? We're drawing a line in the dirt. And what's the rules in Lover's Lane? Because Jarvis Rito told me, I see you crying, Ryan. I got something for you here in a minute. Jarvis Rito said he used to hate going up against you in Lover's Lane. Why?
because I had too much fun, man. I just knew a lot of stuff, man, just by just the way they're standing, their stance, they're just the way they breath smell. It was so much more to just me running through them or around them. You just got to know what it takes to get to the quarterback. And practice was just hard for me. I played against a lot of good guys at Tennessee, and it made it easy for me. And now the stats don't show sacks for me in college with my stats. But if you go look at every play that I made or my teammates made, I either was taking up 2 or 3 players and they was having fun while I was getting beat up, or I was making plays in the backfield. It was a team effort with back then.
Yeah, well, JC brought up something yesterday about, man, I don't even know if we were on the air or we were just shooting the breeze. He says that the depth that y'all had compared to now, thinking about third stringers being Albert Hainsworth and John Henderson.
Yeah. Yes, that's a lot of third string and Will Overstreet. These guys were backups. They couldn't touch the field until it was their turn. That was back when, it was a saying they always told me that you don't have enough hours yet. And I didn't understand that until I got a little bit older. And I can say that to the younger guys, like, yeah. You ain't got enough hours yet. I didn't care if it was a 5-star transfer into Tennessee. I'm like, hey, you ain't got enough hours yet. And they'd be bragging like, hey, well, I did this here at this school. I did that there. I said, okay, you going to learn. When Coach Stuckey gets you, you're going to realize what I was saying. You ain't got enough hours yet. And they get out there and doing those 16 110s to be able to pass that. You got to do 16 110s in a certain amount of time to be able to play. And I remember this kid, I can't forget it. I remember his name, but he had just transferred from Southern down in Louisiana. And he was bragging how he was doing this here at Southern and stuff. And we're like, okay. I'm telling you, it's a different breed. When Stuckey get his hands on you, he's going to bless you now. But when he finished with you, you're going to wish you didn't transfer to Tennessee. You're going to want to go back to Southern. He said, oh, man, I got this. First 110, he was getting it. Pow. second one team come back, you see him, he was like he had just ran a marathon. Like, man, you just on the second one halfway through. He said, man, these 110s a little bit longer than our 110s.
Did you hear some of the sayings that Gerald Riggs said that Coach Brooks used to say all the time? And he was what, 5, 6, 7 years after you. And the first one that we talked about was, hey, if you could fly with the owls at night, you can fly with the eagles in the morning.
Yeah, that was one of his favorite ones right there. When, you know, all the guys, they used to always know when we went out to party or something, and they always had a morning run the next day after a party or something. And Coach Brooks, I mean, he always know, because I mean, when some of the guys come in there, they smell like a brewery in there. Like, damn. And they throwing up and everything. And Coach, he's like, yeah, you guys, yeah, you fly out the hours at night, you're gonna sort these eagles in this morning now. He always has some type of saying, man.
And what did Riggs say? He said, "Great day to get better" is another one that Riggs remember. And he said, Monday, the best day of the week. And he said on Tuesday, he'd say the same thing. Tuesday, the best day of the week.
Yep, he had. And I mean, one of his favorite ones was like when we heading out to the field, it'd be scorching hot out there. And he'd be like, hey, great day to get better, guys. Great day to be alive. And then you always heard this echo coming from another coach, and he'd do this little whistle like let's go, guys. It'd be Coach Cardwell. He whistling at us like we little puppies and stuff.
Do you think Coach Brooks wears his hat on backwards in his bed, sleeping? That's the way when I think of Coach Brooks, I think of him he's the one with the big old long handlebar mustache and his hat on backwards.
I don't know, Miss Kathy. Let him wear that hat on.
Oh, man, those are some good old times. What are they saying over here? He said, A&M's going to beat them bad. It's not JG's fault. They kept walking him out there. What's worse is it's not Pruitt's fault. Fulmer keeps marching him out there. That's a good one. What's going on over here at YouTube's? And then I got to address something with Crying Ryan. What's Crying Ryan saying? He's running his mouth about something. Oh, yes, we're going to broadcast the game tomorrow, Dub. I haven't figured out how we're going to do it, but Just C13 says, I like your guys' show over other Vols show because you guys don't only, thank you for being positive even in a rough season. Hey, I started this gig in the worst season in Tennessee football history, 4-8, Butch Jones's last year. So it can't be any worse than that. Ryan Strick Crying Ryan, the Gator fan, said, Dwayne RTR, go easy on us. Let me tell you something, Ryan. I said this before you piped up. I told everybody what I told you, Ryan. Go ahead and start visualizing when you're laying in bed to sleeping tonight. Just sit there and visualize Saban raising that trophy. And looking up at the scoreboard, and it's 57-14. Visualize that now, and it won't hurt so bad tomorrow when it happens. That's all I got to say. And Sven, our guy from Germany, says, Dick Butkus is my favorite player of all time, Billy. He was just awesome, and nobody wanted to see him on the field. Herbert Bradford from Michigan, he said, laughing, I played football, but when I went to the Navy, we played tackle football, no pads, but my butt got a concussion. It doesn't take long to lose a learned skill. And Ron's running his mouth. Okie Brave says, hey, Billy and Catfish, how y'all doing? Go Sooners tomorrow versus Children of the Corn at high noon. That's a good one. Oh, see, I done told you. See, Sven's saying the same thing. 52-17, Gumps. Let's see. What did you think about that shoe? Do you want to call me, Ryan? Because I'll set it up if you want to call, and then we'll talk about how you really feel. I could be your shrink, and me and Billy could tag team and be your shrink. We can make that happen if you want to call. All you got to do is call me, and we'll talk about what happened the other day and what's going to happen tomorrow. Dwayne RTR, 3rd and Grantham, first down.
Gosh.
What did you think when you saw that shoe, Billy? I didn't see it live.
I mean, it was just a boneheaded situation, man. I mean, I can see if he threw the shoe to the sideline or something, but he threw the shoe on the field, 26 yards down the field. I mean, he could have easily been like, David, okay, he was just getting the shoe off the field, but he threw the shoe like he was throwing one of those slants against Tennessee.
I'd say I wasn't watching. Where was I at? Where was I?
He was right there.
Was I upstairs or something and didn't watch it?
Mm-hmm.
I must have been packing all the stuff we've been selling.
And I was just too busy looking at those losses.
Oh, yeah. Well, you hadn't told me where to put my money. What do you think about the SEC champion? You want to wait to see if Ryan's got the guts to call us, or should I call him? I'll call him. I bet he. Oh, there he is. Should I answer him? I'm gonna let it ring twice. Hold on. Volunteer Roadshow. You're calling Volunteer Roadshow.
I know. You want me to talk about the damn shoe?
Yes. Would you like to lay down on the couch and drink a Pepsi or Coke, or how do you feel? Are you over it yet?
Therapy session. I need a therapy session.
Well, we're here. We're listening. Go ahead, vent.
All right. So you have a senior who's been nothing but declining his entire career. He was like first team all freshman SEC his freshman year. He was great, right? He's been injured over his career. You can't blame him for that. But he's been slowly declining in his skill ever since his freshman year. He's never been the same level. This year's been his worst year easily. He's consistently getting burnt, broken, and toasted by any wide receiver we put him on. And then he has the audacity, after he finally makes a third down stop, to throw a man's shoe like Kyle Trask is throwing it to Kyle Pitts 20 yards down the field.
What was it that you told me after the game? Wait. Before you tell, let me tell everybody what I didn't even say anything, and then I get this text from Ryan. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what he said. I'm gonna bleep out the bad words. Hold on. What day was that? Hold on.
A long time ago. I was in my feelings a little bit. I don't know if I meant everything about it, but I was kind of in my feelings that day.
He says, "Don't blanking talk to me." I'm like, where'd this come from? And
yeah.
And he says, this is during the game. After the game, I left him alone. He texts me out of the blue. He says, I'm not talking to you for 48 hours, so don't even text me. And I said, what happened, little bro? I said, don't make me throw my shoe at you. And then you went on with some more delusional rant. I don't even want. You said something about he's been one of my favorite players ever to wear orange and blue. Somebody was. He put Kadarius Toney. You felt bad about him. Yeah. Then you sent me a picture of Coach Orgeron in bed with his shoe. And he says, if number 3 plays versus Bama, you want me to tell everybody what you said?
No, I was in my feelings. I don't really mean that, but I'm going to be upset.
He said, I'm cheering for Bama.
I didn't mean that. I was just in my feelings because number 3 really broke my heart that game.
That is a tough one.
Imagine this. Catfish, imagine this. You're on who's your number? If you could have a 1-win season, but you could beat any team, who would you want to beat?
Alabama.
Okay. Imagine, right? Imagine you're on the brink of beating Alabama. All you need is to stop them one time.
Mm-hmm.
And a senior, one of the leaders, supposedly on your defense because he's been there the longest, does a bonehead penalty and costs you the game. How would you feel about that senior?
I'd feel about him just as bad, about what I felt About that, what was his name? I done forgot because I didn't want to mention his name. In 2016, well, we ended up winning the game, but Malik Foreman used to get burnt like that. So yeah, I know what you think. Does that play take? Well, not that I agree that y'all were DBU in the first place, but wouldn't you say that DB kind of took that moniker off of Florida as being DBU because y'all were playing DBU, by the way, because that's LSU claims to be DBU.
LSU's NFL DBU. Florida produces the most DBs. They just don't work out. And you can't really call yourself DBU based off NFL production because the U means university.
I thought that's why you called yourself U is because you were pumping them into the NFL.
DBU because we produce more NFL DBs than anybody. Florida has more NFL DBs in the NFL than I think anybody. Maybe. They'll fact check me on that.
Yeah, but Mosley's the best DB in the country in the NFL.
The one that
Where'd he go to college?
Burnt in the Super Bowl.
Well, that was on one play because he was held.
He doesn't even start anymore.
He's injured.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do a show together one day a week.
I don't know.
After this loss, you probably don't want to do it anymore, do you? All right. So what's your prediction for the game? Everybody's saying y'all going to get boat race tomorrow.
I don't want to make a prediction for this game.
You were making one earlier. What was the prediction?
My heart says Florida wins. My brain says Florida doesn't win.
All right. What does your brain say the score is going to be?
My brain says I'm feeling like a 45-24.
All right, who's the best quarterback in the country?
Kyle Trask.
Why?
He's more accurate than any other quarterback when it comes to ball placement. He has less weapons than the other one people talk about, Mac Jones. Mac Jones has the best wide receiver in the country and the best running back in the country, a better O-line. I mean, he's the ultimate underdog. He hadn't started a game besides last year since 9th grade of high school. He has more touchdowns than anyone. He has more yards than Mac Jones. I mean, what else do you want to hear?
So who wins the Heisman? I'm going to ask Billy. Billy, does Trask still win the Heisman? You said he should win it a few weeks ago.
Well, I mean, I told you the only way he lose it is
if his DB throws a shoe. I remember you did say that a couple weeks ago.
And that's going to cost him. That game right there probably cost him that. And right now, it is Alabama's quarterbacks to lose the Heisman there.
I think the Heisman has kind of shifted away from being the best player to being the best player on the best team, which even that's not right because Mac Jones is the third best player on Alabama. But
that's true. But the quarterback always gets the nod, it seems like.
It now is transferred to the best quarterback on the best team.
So the Heisman is supposed to be dedicated to, yes, the best athlete. But stats typically.
Best athlete or best player?
Player, same thing. What do you think an athlete is? Player.
Well, I don't know. There's some people
if it goes to the best player, then Devonta Smith from Alabama should get it. He does literally everything for that offense. Besides their running game, Devonta Smith is Alabama's offense.
True.
Does he hold the record now for most SEC touchdowns, receiving touchdowns?
I don't know. We got Dwayne RTR in the comments section. Maybe he can answer that. I don't know.
Let's see. I'm going over here to the stats.
We're watching the Georgia-Florida game highlights on the SEC Network. We're just going over some highlights of Florida this year. So you think Mac Jones wins the Heisman?
I think Mac Jones is going to win the Heisman.
Do you think realistically, who makes the better NFL quarterback? Mac Jones, Trask, or Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence is an all-time talent. I mean, I don't know if he'll make necessarily the best because he might go to a worse team. But I think if you ask who's going to get drafted higher, I think the order goes Trevor Lawrence, Mac Jones, Kyle Trask in that order.
Yeah, I mean, it's more to it than that, just guys. I mean, it's more than the stats that you guys see. I mean, yes, you saw Tua with the stats, you saw these guys, but Florida's quarterback will be a top quarterback drafted in the NFL. I know that and I think he personally would go higher than Alabama's quarterback.
He's got to shave that goofy looking, idiotic. I don't even know. It's not a goatee. It's not a mustache. It's not I don't know what it is. He shaves that off.
Next year.
He's
I'm going to
all
miss
right.
him next year.
Huh?
I'm going to miss him next year. Kyle Trask deserves the Heisman, but he won't win it. His stats are much better than Mac Jones's, and it's not even close.
Name the quarterbacks in Florida's history that's better than Kyle Trask.
Tim Tebow.
That's it?
Tim Tebow, Danny Werfel, Steve Spurrier, until Trask went the Heisman, those are better.
Okay.
A long list.
Trask also only had one season. Well, he had 1.5 seasons to prove himself, and he did a great job. But you can't compare a guy like Tebow, who played all 4 years of his college career and dominated all 4 years of his college career, to Kyle Trask, who played 1.5.
Wow. I'm looking at most passing TDs in a season, Florida history. Trask with 40, Werfel with 39, and Werfel with 35.
Yep. He had a top 5 Florida quarterbacking season ever easily. Maybe top 3. Maybe top 2. Not better than Tebow's Heisman season, though.
Yeah, but I don't think Werfel was that great of a quarterback.
Okay, ask Billy Ratliff about that, because actually ask Sean Johnson about that, because me and him had a talk about the 96 Gators when he played them. So,
I mean, Danny was a good quarterback. I mean, Danny put the ball where it needed to be, and that's what a quarterback's supposed to do. I mean, the stats don't lie. I mean, you can call it a system or whatever, but the man still played in the NFL. I mean, you don't just get drafted in the NFL just because you you have to be somebody. You have to be good to get in the NFL as a quarterback.
But I still think that Peyton Manning played the position of quarterback better than Danny Werfel, and Danny Werfel has a Heisman Trophy.
Peyton should have a Heisman Trophy too.
I agree.
But
Payne lost it to Charles Woodson. I mean, if he wasn't better than Charles Woodson, I don't know what to say.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a slap in the face when they did that, because when they said that Charles Wilson's stats was great, I was like, we do have a player on our team that has the exact same stats as Charles Wilson, which was Terry Fair. He had the same punt returns, had the same interceptions. What made
That's a slap in the face.
win the Heisman was the fact that they played an extra game before the championship game, and that was when Charles Wilson had that one-handed interception on the sideline. That is what won the Heisman Trophy, because of the voters saw that, and it's like, and they were tired of hearing Peyton Manning.
I think it was fatigue.
Peyton Manning, because Peyton was just that good every week. And he had 3, 4, 5, 6 touchdowns in games.
I agree. I'm trying to turn that off. Well, Ryan, I wish you luck. I mean, I hate Alabama more than I hate Florida.
My heart says Florida's going to win this thing like 42-35. That's what my heart says.
But Alabama has better fans than Florida, though.
What?
You heard me. I didn't
Half
stutter.
of Alabama's fans don't even know anything past Nick Saban. As Uncle Lou said, Alabama fans are NASCAR fans. When Alabama's good, NASCAR ratings go down. When Alabama's bad, NASCAR ratings go up.
That's true. But I'm talking about the fans that go to the game. The old fans.
They still, if you ask half the Alabama fans that go to this Atlanta game who were the two coaches before Nick Saban, I guarantee you 90% of them will tell you nothing.
I want to know how Mike Shula got to be got to be coach. How did he get that job?
I don't know.
Because it's his daddy?
Probably.
Sven said Dak had over 10,000 passing yards and 70 TDs at State. I hate to tell you, but I think Dak Prescott was a better quarterback than Kyle Trask.
No.
Dak Prescott.
Billy.
How many years?
I'm trying to get Crying Ryan worked up here.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Anyway, thanks for calling, Ryan. I don't have my flush button because I don't have all the. Tell me that.
As long as Marco Wilson doesn't throw another shoe.
I got a laugh button.
Yeah, man, you know that shoe is gonna be for the next 15.
That shoe
20
needs to get framed at LSU. Need to be put in a box, a safe capsule.
But did that really lose them the game? If I remember right, it was tied when that happened.
There was a minute and a half left. There's a minute and a half left. We were tied. LSU would have had to punt, and all Florida had to do was drive into field goal range. Yeah,
but you don't know that if that would have happened.
We in 30 seconds we got into field goal range, and he missed the field goal. Of course, that would have happened.
You don't know. Have you ever heard of the butterfly effect?
No.
Look it up. Edwin Lorenzen wrote The Butterfly Effect. They turned it into a movie. It basically said the flapping of the wings of a single butterfly could change history. So you don't know that there could be different play calling with a minute and a half left versus 30 seconds left. Different defensive calls. I'm just saying.
LSU is not going to keep Florida out of field goal.
Hey, Billy, do you have the other road Procaster? Is that what you're on, Billy? Yes. You got the flush button.
What's the flush button do?
Hit the flush. There we go. We got to flush Ryan out of here. Flush him out. Go ahead. You can do it. Now turn the volume up. I want everybody to hear it. Nobody heard that. Turn the volume up. Did you hear that, Ryan?
I heard it.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
He's sad. He's sad.
Man, it's gonna be a game, though. I don't think it's gonna be.
I couldn't imagine if Tennessee Vol did that. Say if we was playing Alabama, he's right. That guy would probably get death threats, wouldn't he? He probably had that. Number 3 probably did get some.
Oh, I know he did.
What do you think that they did in the locker room? What if that would have happened back in Billy Ratliff's locker room in 1998? Well, that didn't happen. Let's say not any other year. What would have happened? Who would have said what?
I mean, it got chewed out by everybody, but yeah, we knew where his heart was at, though, man. I mean, I understand what he was doing, but at that given point and that moment, he shouldn't have never did that, though. You know, he should have knew better. I mean, if he gonna throw the shoe to the sideline.
B. Hunter says it's Mullen's fault. Jess C13 said Charlie Brewer in the transfer portal helped with the competition in the QB room. Sven has a good point, Ryan. Dak had nobody like Pitts. He was a one-man band with a non-drafted running back, Robinson and D. Wilson. That's a point. Sven has a point. Harold Denton said the millennial crybaby crying Ryan. Yep, you guessed it. You hit the nail right on the head, Harold. Justin DeSanday is now joining us on YouTube's on Roadshow Locker Room. Says hello, Catfish and Billy. I think he's out in Oklahoma. Sarah Fuller in the transfer portal. Did you hear? I'm going to say something. Uncle Lou gave us a lot of grief about we're the first team in Power 5 history to be scored upon by a girl. Let me say something. I know ESPN basically made Sarah Fuller out as the Heisman Trophy winner, and it was a big moment. But she would have kicked an extra point on anybody that day that she would have had to kick an extra point to. There probably been very few teams, including Alabama, that if she would have lined up for an extra point, that she wouldn't have kicked it. Is that true, Billy?
That's true. I mean, she can kick the ball. I mean, I just still, this is the only problem I have with it because why do they need her on the team if they have a kicker that can kick a 39-yard field goal?
I thought they didn't have any kickers.
Exactly.
I thought that's why they had to go to the girls. Now, she's a big girl. She's like 6'2". I saw a thing on her. And if she was my daughter, I'd be proud as hell. But
I mean, I understand what they did. I mean,
you think it was a publicity stunt?
It was. Had to be.
Yeah.
What they did by bringing a kicker in that kicked a 39-yard field goal after she kicked the extra point, I'm like, okay, I thought they didn't have a kicker. So at that point in the moment, I knew, okay, something was up, man. They just had to figure out a way to let her score so she can be the first that did that.
We got some people agreeing, virtual signaling, and D. Hunter agrees. Now, did they pick her up after Derek Mason was fired? He wasn't the coach anymore when they got her, was she?
He was the coach.
He was the coach.
He was the coach then.
Okay.
He was fired that next week.
Huh.
Right. Matter of fact, right after that game that they played, I think, who was it? Who did they play? Was it Georgia?
Yeah, they didn't even score a touchdown where she could kick anything.
Exactly. She didn't get a chance. And that's the only way to fix that situation. If they didn't want to get scored on, they didn't want her to make a point, they don't let them score.
Yeah. You won't be at the tap house tomorrow because you can't handle the heat, Ryan. That's why you won't be at the tap house tomorrow, because you know what's going to happen. I was going to say something. Oh, I'm editing the live show from JC before we get out of here. I'm going to edit it up real good, and I'm turning it into a podcast. I talked to Jeff Coleman. We're getting the artwork done. We're going to get it on iTunes and all the rest of them, the Cold World podcast. And I'm going to post it on Volunteer Roadshow's main YouTube channel. And old Gerald Riggs, Volunteer Roadshow was the first time he's ever made public his little beef with the university. Did you get to hear that?
I've been heard all that, Bobby.
I know, but the world hadn't. He got to get it off his chest. I know. Anyway, so y'all go watch that. I'll have that up tonight sometime. Gerald Riggs had a good episode. Anyway, you got anything else to say? We still need to thank Blue Water Climate Control, Hound Dogs, Tennessee Tap House. I tell you what, Ryan, because you have a shoe messed up on your team, your boy threw a shoe, I'm going to give you a condolence prize for you and your dad, or your dad and mom, an entree, a meal for two entrees and a drink, whatever. Just tell them to go in there and say you won the 2 entrees for 2 deal, whatever, from Volunteer Roadshow. They'll know what you're talking about, and it'll be free. That's my Christmas present to you. I normally don't like Florida fans, but you're a good kid. You're only 18, and I'm proud of you that you're going to be an engineer and you're in college. And you just need something to go your way, and that'll go your way. So, good. Hang out Tennessee Tap House on Peters Road. Wish everybody, just be kind to everybody. That's all I ask for this Christmas. Just be kind. You got an aunt and an uncle you can't stand, and you got to be with them. How about just being nice to them? Just say something nice. Try to say something nice about somebody you don't like. And I just did something for somebody I don't like, and Ryan. I gave him a meal for 2. I think it would be a better place if more people did that. You about ready to get out of here, Billy? Oh, go to volunteerroadshow.com and register for a free profile, and you'll get emailed. It's supposed to be set up to be sent to you automatically, a coupon code for 20% off everything in our store. And we've got it forever, just about every, and we don't even have half the stuff up there, but we got a lot of stuff up there. We're still tweaking it for our store. Got about every team you can think of, about everything you can think of. And if you hurry up and order, you'll be able to maybe get it for Christmas. I don't know. Everybody's so overwhelmed. You might or might not. So don't hold us to it. But you'd be helping out the Volunteer Roadshow, being able to put on a show. We don't have a lot of sponsors. I'd be helping out Sam Strong, trying to help out people with it's got kids with leukemia. We got to just, it'd be helping us out if you bought something from us, even if it's a face. We got some nice face masks. That shirt that Billy's got, that hat Billy's got, it's all on there, ain't it, Billy?
All on there.
Sure is. Anyway, all right, y'all know what's coming next. Thanks for tuning in. Go Vols! I tell you what, I got a feeling about tomorrow's game, Billy. I think we're going to do a lot better than everybody thinks, and we squeak out just a 3-point victory. I promise you that.
It'd be nice.
Be nice. Merry Christmas. See y'all tomorrow.